Welcome, here are the tying instructions for the Livebait fly, the fly fisher's version of the conventional angler's big swim bait lure. Here's the list of materials you'll need. You should be able to find tulle fabric or tulle mesh at any craft store or online. You're going to need a template to create the fish shape. I typically use 2mm foam between 6 inches and 12 inches long. Create an eye about 1/8 of an inch wide in 20 or 30 pound monofilament using thread. Whip finish and secure with super glue. Pull on the tool to find the orientation with the least stretch. Make this the horizontal alignment for the fly. Fold it over the form and hold in place with a chip bag clip. Using your needle and thread, make a running stitch from the midpoint of the body to within 1/4 inch of the nose, half hitch each end and secure with super glue. Turn the tool inside out by pulling the nose through the tail using forceps and then insert the mono loop into the end and whip in place. Using forceps, lightly pack the first third of the tool tube with polyfill fibers or chopped up pieces of tulle. Run vertical stitches 1/3 of the distance from the eye. This holds the packing in place and also creates the correct body motion. Run stitches from the midpoint to the tail, knot both ends and superglue. Cut off any excess tulle. Cut a couple of sections of 1/4 inch wide 1-wrap Velcro and superglue the hooky sides to the top and bottom of the head. You can affix a tulle tail with a flexible adhesive or whip on a flashabou tail with standard thread and hold in place with superglue. Form a loop in a 6-inch piece of 10 or 20 pound monofilament, run the ends through your hook eye and hold in place with a few wraps of thread. Using the Velcro strip as a guide, adjust the loops so that the hook sits at the front, middle or back end of the Velcro. Run thread down to the hook bend, fold the mono tags back, run thread back over them, cut off the excess, whip finish and superglue in place. Cut a piece of double-sided Velcro to size, add superglue to the threads and push the Velcro's fluffy side into the glue. Trim a point on the end of the Velcro. A short mono loop will make the Livebait perform like a regular streamer, while a long one will make it drop through the water horizontally. To complete the fly, you are going to need to use Sharpie marker pens, fabric paints, and for patterns over 10 inches long you may want to use some clear Plastidip. Use the Sharpie marker pens to create a background color scheme. This particular pattern is for a rainbow trout. Add fabric paint in non-overlapping dots in a pointless style. You can be more generous on the head, but the body should be somewhat spotty. Use a needle to run flashabou through the head. This will create highly reflective pectoral fins that look a lot like the flashy sides of anchovies and mackerel. You can turn the Livebait into a topwater fly, a neutrally buoyant fly, or a pattern that bounces on the bottom using modifying elements. A strip of 2mm foam glued onto some Velcro and applied to the top Velcro strip will create a topwater pattern that swims seductively along the surface. A small foam element combined with a fast sink fly line creates a pattern that swims just above the bottom. A small foam element on top, lead BB element on the bottom and a hook mounted on top creates a pattern that on a floating line can be bounced across the bottom.